Hello. Hello there. It's Thursday morning, April the 18th. We're up and running. Let's see what's happening in this here market because there is stuff happening, right? We had some earnings. Taiwan Semiconductors had earnings. Supposedly they did a beat on the earnings, but the price is looking like it's trying to drop. We're going to go look at that. We're going to look at what's going on with Tesla. Tesla got some stuff going on. They just can't seem to catch a break. I mean, this can be a good thing for long-term holders of Tesla who want to buy. You want to buy the dip. I'm not saying this is a place to buy the dip. I'm not offering any financial advice. I'm just saying that um, you might consider that this may be a place to add to your portfolio if you're a Tesla buyer. I'm calling it Tesla because I hear people calling it. I hear people call it Tesla sometimes, and it's like, no, it's Tesla, but people do call it Tesla. So if you're a Tesla buyer or a Tesla owner, I was talking to my husband the other day about Tesla. I feel like it's like this status symbol. Like Tesla's turned into a status symbol. I mean, I saw a really nice one the other day. It was like a sports car looking one. I was like, okay, that was not so bad looking. But just like it's almost like the thing to do just as a status symbol. And the cars probably are really great. I'm not saying that the cars aren't wonderful because I've never driven one. I have ridden in one. My brother rented one once, and I did go for a ride. Felt about the same, to be honest. Felt about the same, but I'm not exposed. I'm underexposed in this area, so I can't necessarily talk about what's the feel of a Tesla or the ownership of a Tesla is like because again, I'm underexposed in that space. Let's go look at some stuff and see what we can see as we get this day popping. There we go. Okay, so let's start off with the VIX. The VIX is at 18 right now. Talk about the fear indicator being really high. That's what VIX is, a volatility indicator, or it's a symbol, could be a symbol of fear in the market. We're at 18 right now. Generally, VIX is up, market is down, and we have seen at least 2 to 3 days of definite severe, I would say severe pullback, but we've been pulling back a good little bit the last couple of days. So that could be why the VIX is looking like it's looking. Yahoo Finance, why high rates haven't always been a problem for stocks. U.S. futures rise as techs revive because techs yesterday, Netflix earnings is coming up. We're going to talk about earnings here in a minute. Morgan Stanley flips from eBay's biggest bear to the top bull. Now, I'm a fan of eBay. I'm a fan of eBay for all the reasons. eBay been around a long time. I was selling stuff on eBay and buying stuff on eBay a lot of years ago, and I kind of thought they were falling off, but then you look up and they still going strong. Dr. Horton ups revenue forecast amid tight. Yeah, Dr. Horton. I'm gonna keep right on pushing because I got some words of wisdom for Dr. Horton, and they're not the godly ones. So let me just keep going. TSMC expects Q2 sales to jump on the insatiable AI demand. Ooh, insatiable. It's one of those big words. Those big old words. Okay. CNBC has our futures are green. I mean, almost everything. Our Dow futures, S&P futures, Nasdaq futures are all green. They tick higher as traders try to recover after S&P 500's fourth losing day. From what I understand, it's been a long time since the S&P has put in 5 red days. So keep that in mind. Okay, again, I don't make any speculations per se. I don't offer any financial advice. I'm just saying it's been a minute since there's been 5 red days. And if today's red, then it would be 5. Hey, Karen. Hey, Janae. And hey, Tanya. Yeah, happy Friday Eve. This is my Friday. What's my Friday from teaching? I get to do home stuff on Fridays. I have to keep up with my books and all those good things is what I'm supposed to do on Fridays. Sometimes I get distracted on Fridays, but that's what I'm supposed to be doing on Fridays. Let's go look and see what's on the agenda for today. Today's Thursday. Unemployment claims came in at 8:30. Let me refresh this because I opened this up before that. Got to refresh. Yeah, unemployment claims came in just like they were previous or last week, the 212,000. Actually, the forecast was 215,000. So it's calling itself flat because it's the same as it was last time. Philly Fed 15.5. They were expecting 1.5 and they got 15.5. That seems interesting. Hmm. The manufacturing index, 9 o'clock. FOMC member Bowman is speaking. 9:15. Bowman is speaking again, and Williams will speak at 10 o'clock. Existing home sales. This is an orange folder. CB leading index. IMF meetings continue. Natural gas storage. FOMC member Bostic speaks at 11 and at 5:45. So the biggest thing for today was the unemployment claims. Existing home sales will play its part as well, and then of course anytime the FOMC is speaking, but if they're doing this before the market opens, that always causes a bit of an issue and as well. Flat is so relative. Yeah, yeah, it's so relative. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Where was I going next? SPX yesterday, 5,022. It was down 29 points yesterday. The S&P was. I'm going to show us some good what our price action looked like yesterday. How about we turn off the numbers for now so we can see a little more clearly. Can see a little more clearly. This was yesterday's price action. We're going down, 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 down. And then we hit some support here, bumped up just a taste, popped up right into a moving average, came down some more. Where are we this morning? Let's see where SPY, I don't know why I'm doing so much yawning. Where are we this morning? I looked in SPY. I'm looking in SPY. I could look at SPX 500 because they don't run one for one. But this was yesterday's close on SPY. And then we had a little bit of flatness here. We had a little bit of a pop in the pre-market this morning and pull back some more. I am gonna go look at Taiwan Semiconductors because they had earnings. I'm gonna go look at them, and I've got Apple and MU on my thing to look at. Oh, and Alpine. I believe Alpine. We talked about Alpine a couple days ago, and Alpine is still showing up on the moving list. Still showing up on the moving list. Let's see. We got some earnings. Where are you? There we are. We got some earnings in here. Yesterday was Wednesday after market close. We had Alcoa, Las Vegas Sands. What's this? Kinder? Yes. Discover, CSX is there. Synovus, Bank of the Ozarks, Crown Capital. Those are all there. This morning we had Taiwan Semiconductors, Nokia, the Blackstone Group, KeyBank, Elevance Health, DR Horton, Alaska, Infosys, Alley. I heard somebody said that Alley made a pop this morning, and somebody's Texas Capital Bank. After market closes today, though, highly anticipated, Netflix. There's people going both ways. They're feeling like Netflix is going to pop because of the bring on of Bridgerton. How have they maintained their subscribers? They got the fight coming with Mike Tyson. Folks are thinking those are reasons for it to pop. Other people are thinking if they've not maintained their subscriber base, and if Disney and those guys really are giving them, other streaming platforms are giving them a run for their money, what's going on. I still see Netflix as a component. I mean, a strong, because what's happened is people who were sharing people who were sharing logins after Netflix started cracking down on that, those same people went and paid for logins. Not all those people said forget it. Most people still want Netflix. So if it's going to be a $5.99 price point or $6.99 a month price point, people just paid the $5.99 and kept watching. I mean, we all know it's worth the $5.99. Alpine looks like it is on the agenda for earnings after market today. And then, of course, tomorrow we've got American Express, P&G, and Huntington Bank Regions. A few more banks are going to be tomorrow. after market, before market, not after, because nobody ever reports on Friday after the market closes. Okay. Good morning, Ward. I saw you were looking for me the other day, yesterday. Well, on Monday and Wednesday, Jamie opens and does the call because I teach right up until the call. I'm usually here. I'm here. You can see me down at the bottom. It takes me some time to get in, but because I have to finish teaching and do all that, and then come and join the call. But Jamie does a wonderful job. You can definitely trust that he's going to guide you just as well as I will. He's going to do even deeper because Jamie's going to get a whole lot more into the charts than I do. And I think that's good. I'm all for technical analysis. I think it's a good thing, that is a good skill that we all need. Jamie's got a little more patience in that area than I do. Me, my focus wanes. So he's much more focused than I, and he's into the technical analysis from the charts for sure. I'm definitely qualified. It's just I have to fight with my focus to stay on task with that. So yeah, if you got any questions there, you can definitely ask all the questions you want, and you can, of course, make other questions in the comments. I'm usually around, and Jamie can answer them very well too. All right. Jamie has my full trust. If I didn't trust him, believe me, he wouldn't be before y'all. I would not have him stand in for me. We just wouldn't have it because we did used to do that when I didn't have I would call second in command, when I didn't have a person who assisted or helped. I just, when I couldn't do it, we just didn't have it. And Jamie would fuss and say, "Well, other people can do this call, but I shall." So I relinquished and said, "Okay, give it a try." So because I want us to have the consistency of it all, but we're both here. Okay. So, um, Adam Mancini, here's our Adams numbers. Yesterday, 5,005, 5,010 was my target for shorts in SPX, and where I was looking for a bounce, it's a major support. We held exact about 50 points. Now back to 50.42 resistance. I'm not sure if we're there right now, though. Plan today, 50.26 to 5,005 equals support. As long as we're above that, we can base out here and then maybe up to 50.63, 50.75. Target number one, number two today. The sell leg, if we go below 5,005, it's going to be a sell-off. Now, my thoughts, again, speculation on my part. I feel like that 5,000 number is a strong psychological number. It took a while for us to bump above 5,000 when we were coming up. So I would be very shocked if the market allowed us to just fall underneath 5,000 and stay there. All the manipulators, I won't put air quotes, manipulators would not necessarily want it to fall down. But I did see, I think I put a post. Yeah, it is how that went down. I'm not so sure. I mean, I did see a post. I posted something on Telegram this morning about maybe it dropping to 49.50 and then recovering. So keep that in mind when you're trading. At 5,000, though it's a hard number, there is room. It's a zone. Remember, it's a zone. Ooh, something is going on. Ooh. Oh, my voice just did something weird. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. Excuse me. Something's going on in my throat. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so yeah, there's that. But oh, I'm gonna be all right. Y'all pray for me. Anyhow, um, what was I? Oh, the numbers. The 5,000 is probably a zone, right? It's not necessarily a hard place. It's a zone. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna look at these few Tesla, not Tesla. I am gonna look at Tesla, TSM, Apple, Tesla, and Alpine. We're gonna take a look at some of these here. I'm recovering. I'm struggling though. We showed all these things. Yes, we showed the VIX. We showed that. We showed the calendar, and we're on now the charts. Okay, here we go. Taiwan Semiconductors. I have such high hopes for Taiwan Semiconductor. Intel is still being discussed. So Let's keep Intel in mind as we continue to trade in this semiconductor space, that it is still where it is. Okay, so Taiwan Semiconductors reported earnings. They had a nice little pop here. And after they made their pop, they pulled back, which is weird because they supposedly had really good earnings, but they have come down into a support area. I think that says demand. They have come down into a demand zone. So they could definitely, you see even here, that last candle is green. So there could be a movement going back up once the market opens. You see, we're here. This was what we fell down to, and we're right into demand. And so you can go ahead and check into how that runs today. Let me look on the daily chart and see if we see some zones. Okay, this is our daily chart. See if we see some opportunities. Look like we're here. 137, I believe that is over there. 137 is support, and you can also look here at maybe 138 some change. This would gonna be a area. You know, you're testing the boot. Taiwan Semiconductors, I also see resistance up here at 145. 145. Yeah, I was thinking of something. Notice we're inside these two, inside the Bollinger Bands. Remember, we've talked before about the Bollinger Bands keeping, and to the pre-market, we're down here at the bottom of this Bollinger Band, which may be where you will see a pop. Remember, our Bollinger Bands keep about 85% of the price action stays inside these bands. Current price is down here in the 134 area. Once you see it, if you see it pulling out of the 134 zone, then you may want to you could consider a put credit spread at or below there. But you want to make sure that it's making a good turnaround. How do we know that it's turning around? Use your candle patterns. We know about candles, those candles that show reversals. We want that. If anybody's looking at the strat, you also want to look at the strat reversal numbers. This is where those things come in, and you can potentially put those put those to work. I hope we're learning the strat. And this strat is something that goes along with other things. It can stand alone. I believe that it can stand alone, but you can use it to say, okay, I see some patterns saying that this is a reversal pattern. And because you like reversals, you say, okay, I'll get a put credit spread under this reversal, or there could be a reversal at the top, and you get a call credit spread above that reversal. Are you getting ready to say that I'm not sharing my screen? I think you are. Chart not showing. Jamie, hang up. I don't know what is ringing. Thank you for hanging up. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I was going on and on, talk about Taiwan Semiconductors, and I wasn't showing the chart. So here we are. Taiwan Semiconductor. Let me go back to, I was on the 15-minute chart. We can look there and see what happened to Taiwan Semiconductors. It had earnings report right in here. It dropped off and fell off somewhere. This is all in today's pre-market, and this is where we are now in the 134, 133 and some change area. That's where we are right now. Okay. What I was saying was, if even though they had really good earnings and it's turned around, now you can check on the daily. We've got support there, but we're also down at the bottom. Actually, it's falling even further into this zone where let me see, we got to put another line over here. Looks like we do have support or someplace all the way back in the 133. Now we're still in pre-market, so we got a few minutes, only a few more minutes before the market opens all the way. What I was saying was, if you're going to look at doing a put credit spread, you want to make sure that you're comfortable with the reversal. Otherwise, we know how to do call credit spreads, and we can do a call credit spread at the 141 area. 141 is what I see as resistance, and current price is at 130 something. So you got a few zones that are even in the middle here that you can look at. Use your probability out of the money, and use your delta, use your strike, use all the things we use to select strikes. That's what you use, all the stuff that we use. This is Apple. This chart actually looks a little bit like the one we just were looking at, Taiwan Semiconductors. Apple has been on the fall off. It's been falling off too. And these 3 red days in a row, they can't seem to catch a break either. They're currently at 167 this morning. I think I saw somebody's video, might have been Chris saying, that said that Apple may go down to about 164 before it has some recovery. Trying to see what I see here. Down at 165, I see for some on the weekly. That's the bottom of the weekly zone, I see. But there's a lot of momentum in here. But if you're looking right here where there's a pause at 165, this may be an area where there will be some slowdown. I don't know if I'd call this a hard zone because it's really more like a chair. But and then after that, this is all momentum over here. Let me change this to a line so I can see. If it paused right here, it paused in the one, but we're above that. The next spot we have really is 154. Trying to see if there's something in the middle here. And what I see is right where we are right now, like 167, there's something, and then the next spot is 154. Yep, that's what's going on with Apple. So maybe some more downwards motion. Maybe look at a call credit spread above where we currently are. Let me make this. I want to go back to the daily. I got a lot of lines on here. That's not going to work for me. If I can't see what's going on, I just can't see. Okay. Let me put some lines back on. 176, I see is resistance. That's up kind of high from where we are. There's something that went on in the 169 area. 173. This zone in here, there's a lot of pausing that happened around the 169. And I'm highlighting that because that may be where you look for your call credit spread. Maybe you look for a call credit spread above there, seeing that we've had some down, but it is definitely into a support area. It's definitely in some support or coming into support. Well, it's actually falling through it a bit. That doesn't mean it can't recover it. So keep that in mind. If you're going to do a put credit spread, if you believe it's going to do a good little reverse between, today and tomorrow or next week, you can look at some put credit spreads. Generally, don't necessarily want to trade against the trend, but if you see a good, strong reversal, you can go with that, especially if you're only going to do put credit spreads for another day, for tomorrow. We like time decay. Sellers love theta decay. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, so this is Tesla. Tesla's been struggling. It's definitely been on the struggle bus. Tesla has been on the struggle bus. So this is what has gone on overnight. Supposedly, I saw an article that talked about that people were given an extraordinarily low severance. People got wrong severance money in the midst of them getting downgraded from a 180 price point to a 123 price point. That didn't help. People who were laid off in droves, that didn't help. Even amid the fact that they said, you laying off people, but you still have a huge demand for the product. It was called some kind of risk. I thought, wow, that's interesting. So that's that. And then I think Elon is trying to ask for his same pay package from before, from 2018 or something. Like, there's a lot happening here. There's a lot. Oh, that says discount, not demand. Okay, so this is where Tesla is right now at 151 and some change. Okay, so how do we trade? How would we look at Tesla if you were deciding you wanted to trade Tesla? You may decide, okay, I want to get some of this Tesla money. So you look at maybe the gap here. There's a gap above us, above where current price is. And you may say, okay, well, let me see about getting above the gap and get you a call credit spread above the gap. And of course, I'm talking to sellers. There's people who are buyers, and the people who are buying the options, they know what they're supposed to do. You don't need me to talk to you about what a buyer should do when the price is going down, right? But I'm a seller's coach, a seller's coach. So you may look at a call credit spread above here. Now the top of the gap is like 160, and the current price is 150. So you may look at um, okay, give me a text box. Here we go. CCS at now 160 may feel like it's too far away for you, especially if you're doing it for tomorrow. And you again, y'all know how, or we've talked about how do we use probability out of the money? Probably can look at halfway across the gap. Halfway point in the gap is like 159. You may also be able to do a call credit spread at or above 159. Alrighty, that's what's going on with that. If you're trying to get some of the Tesla monies as a seller, Tesla monies as a seller. Let's look at Alpine. Alpine, like it got a little bit of a pop. They did something happen up here. Oh, you know what? I think somebody mentioned the other day that Alpine actually is frozen, like they're being bought by somebody. I think Alpine is being bought by someone, and that is why their stock has basically frozen. They're not even doing anything. So I won't spend any time here. But I did see something this morning. Did y'all know Red Lobster filing for bankruptcy? What? Yeah, he called. Jamie called. Red Lobster's filing for bankruptcy. I wonder if that maybe that's why they're putting their bread recipe in the grocery store. Because that's what people go there for. People go for the bread. Their food's good too. I've had some pretty good meals at Red Lobster, but it's definitely fallen off. I have to agree with that. And there's so many other seafood restaurants now that are good seafood restaurants. Not that Red Lobster is bad. It's just so there's some other alternatives that are better or just as good. I'll go with that. I won't say better, just as good. But anyway, I saw that they're filing, getting ready. They're talking about filing for bankruptcy because some Thai company, I guess whoever owns them, said their goals are no longer in alignment. That's what people tell you when they ready to dump you. Our goals are no longer in alignment. Okay, so if you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, let me make sure I balance it up. Or a girlfriend, a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and it ain't working out. Instead of you saying, this ain't, you say, our goals are no longer in alignment. Ah, our goals are no longer aligning. Okay. So I see he and Jamie Diamond see the signs, hence why they're trying to cash in on as they say, follow the money. Yeah. You gonna need to get cheese biscuits from the grocery store. You can go on the food aisle and buy on the cake batter and the cake mix and the Bisquick aisle and buy you a box of Red Lobster mix. I think you can buy a big box at Sam's too if you want to get a big. I think Sam's and like Restaurant Depot. I'm not sure how much cooking you do. You like for have people. I won't put your business on YouTube. So I was going to be messy. But I won't be messy over tube you. I won't be messy. But yes, you might have to start making your own biscuits at the crib because they're not making them they're still making them at Red Lobster for now. But the timing of how long they get to do that is questionable, right? Okay, so in the midst of this, the market's getting ready to open. In the midst of this downwards motion, of course, we've got our put credit spreads that we're hanging out with, call credit spreads, a lot of those. Daily, watch your daily expirations. Watch your daily expirations to make sure that you're seeing exactly what's going on and being very mindful of your trades. As they say, people say trade with diamond hands. You're trading with diamond hands for sure. Let's see what SPX is offering first thing this morning. We're on the daily. Did we just open? I don't see it moving at all. I heard the ding, ding, ding. Am I missing the chart? Let me go to a 5-minute. Maybe I'll see some movement happening. Oh, I guess it opened where it was. Is that SPX I'm looking at? Yes. Yes, it is. We had a little bit of a gap up. We're currently at 50. I think that's a 50.34. Currently at 50.34 and moving upwards. Moving upwards. Let me swing back over here real quick. Option sellers bundle up and running. Red Lobster is definitely not what it was when we were young. We used to eat there almost every Thursday with my uncles. The biscuits fell off years ago. I agree. But option sellers course bundle is here. Includes all the strategies that we teach as option sellers. Don't forget, Start with the Chart is a good free charting webinar. It's good and free if I say so myself, since I'm the one who created it, but it is good. All right, along the bottom, I am running a bunch of the free things. Of the free resources are along the bottom. So I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to those, but grab some of those free resources. E2T membership is still up and running. We still over here doing what we do. Actually, meeting tonight. We're meeting to talk about cash secure puts. And if you're in the 6-week live coaching, then you definitely need to do your homework, which is watch that cash secure puts video, so we can make sure that tonight when we're doing it, we're ready to ask the questions that will go along with the strategy. I'm going to teach it. I will go through it, but I'm going to go through it with the understanding that you've already gone through it yourself. So that way we can actually look at it and practice and do some real live examples. I call them live examples, but real life examples. Alrighty, E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. I declare my account is growing more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. All right, I'm making a turn back. I want to go see what Tesla looking like at the open. Trying to pop it is. All righty. A little bit. Let's see if we can get some movement. For those who want to be moving out of the zone, there's that. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that and go back to our prayer. What time tonight? Time tonight is at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, because we have some people who have some evening related activities. So we're at 8 o'clock this evening. Okay, let's do our prayer. It is you who gives us the power to get wealth, Lord. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. All right. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, right? Pass the word to the people who are amongst you that we're here. We are here. I'm actually in the midst of working on a video that talks about the different trading strategies that you can use as a buyer and a seller. We're actually going to talk about those. I'm creating a video and recording it. And that's going to come out here soon because some people are wondering, like, what do we do when? I'm going to give you a whole video. It's going to talk about what do you do when. All right. Well, I want you to do 2 things, maybe 3 things today. I want you to stay green. I want you to get this money, and I want you to have a great green trading day. All right. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.